The market is at a crossroads, and where it goes next has big implications across asset classes. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. Here is your complete global indices roundup for July 22nd. It is a split session across global markets. This comes as oil prices rise after Trump says Iran will pay for killing U.S. service members, adding pressure to energy markets. Let us go region by region across the major global indices. Starting with the Americas session. S&P 500 is trading higher by plus 0.89%, at $7,509.20. Investor sentiment is being shaped by stock market today. Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ futures slide with Alphabet, Tesla earnings on deck, Yahoo Finance. NASDAQ 100 is up plus 1.93%, trading at $29,155. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Wall Street ends higher on chip stocks recovery, earnings in focus. Dow Jones edged higher plus 0.74% to $52,225. Equity markets are responding to reports that stock market today, Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ futures slide with Alphabet, Tesla earnings on deck, Yahoo Finance. Starting with the Europe session. DAX is trading higher by plus 0.33%, at $25,094. This comes as oil prices rise after Trump says Iran will pay for killing U.S. service members, adding pressure to energy markets. FTSE 100 edged higher plus 1.28% to $10,721. Equity markets are responding to reports that Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Starting with the Asia session. Nikkei 225 is little changed, hovering near $66,116. Currency markets are reacting to week ahead for FX, bonds, US, European PMI data, ECB decision in focus. Hang Seng dipped minus 0.95% to $24,893. Traders are reacting to news that gold, silver, rare earths, and copper, public companies present at the minus 23 Precious Metals and Critical Minerals Virtual Investor Conference, New MediaWire. KOSPI is trading higher by plus 0.74%, at $6,797.70. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Wall Street ends higher on chip stocks recovery, earnings in focus. Nifty 50 is trading lower by minus 0.79%, at $23,996. Investor sentiment is being shaped by stock market today. Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ futures slide with Alphabet, Tesla earnings on deck, Yahoo Finance. Sensex is trading lower by minus 0.92%, at $76,755. Investor sentiment is being shaped by stock market today. Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ futures slide with Alphabet, Tesla earnings on deck, Yahoo Finance. ASX 200 ticked up plus 0.34% to $8,823. Traders are reacting to news that gold, silver, rare earths, and copper, public companies present at the minus 23 Precious Metals and Critical Minerals Virtual Investor Conference, New MediaWire. Now, a look at some of India's most active stocks in the news today. SBI dropped sharply minus 1.86% to 1,025 Indian rupees. Equity markets are responding to reports that RBI's foreign currency deposit scheme for NRIS explained India today. The Yono digital banking platform is building a retail liability moat. Corporate loan book quality, the historical weak spot, is now at decade-best levels. The dividend policy has become more generous. Watch for any RBI guidance on priority sector lending norms that could affect cost ratios. Dr. Reddy's dropped sharply minus 1.92% to 1,182.80 Indian rupees. Equity markets are responding to reports that stock market today, Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ futures slide with Alphabet, Tesla earnings on deck, Yahoo Finance. After today's weakness, the 1,147.32 Indian rupees area is the first meaningful support level to watch for Dr. Reddy's. A stabilization there would be the first sign that sellers are losing conviction. This is our analytical view, not investment advice. Infosys dropped sharply minus 1.99% to 1,052.10 Indian rupees. Investor sentiment is being shaped by stock market today. Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ futures slide with Alphabet, Tesla earnings on deck, Yahoo Finance. The Cobalt AI deal pipeline is growing, but revenue conversion takes 6 to 12 months. Near-term earnings momentum depends on existing account mining. Watch for any guidance revision commentary ahead of the quarterly earnings. The whisper is that the management has become more conservative than warranted. Now let us look at what is driving these moves at the macro level. On the geopolitical front, this comes as oil prices rise after Trump says Iran will pay for killing U.S. service members, adding pressure to energy markets. This is adding a risk premium across energy markets and supporting safe haven demand. Equity markets are responding to reports that Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Rate expectations remain the single most powerful macro driver for equities and currencies right now. Equity markets are responding to reports that stock market today, Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ futures slide with Alphabet, Tesla earnings on deck, Yahoo Finance. And looking at how some of the biggest global names are trading today. TSMC made a dramatic move today, surged plus 5.55% to $424.61. Investor sentiment is being shaped by is TSMC still the undisputed king of ARI chips, Caveout ARI. N2 node ramp is the most important near-term catalyst. Demand from Apple, Nvidia, and AMD exceeds current capacity. The geopolitical Taiwan risk is the permanent discount the stock will carry, but the fundamental earnings power is exceptional. Arizona fab progress and U.S. CHIPS Act subsidy clarity are the structural positives. Rocket Lab surged plus 5.14% to $69.12 in a significant session. Equity markets are responding to reports that RKLB stock pops 9% after hours on $266 million Air Force win. Retail sees a space sector catalyst. TradingView. Neutron medium-lift rocket development is the key valuation catalyst. A successful first launch would dramatically expand the addressable market and justify a meaningful re-rating. Space Systems revenue from satellite components and manufacturing is a steady, often overlooked earnings base. Watch for any Neutron program update or new DoD launch contract. ASML made a dramatic move today, surged plus 3.59% to $1,801.51. Investor sentiment is being shaped by ASML shares fall after hiking sales forecast for second time this year on strong ARI chip demand. High-NA EUV shipments are the growth engine. Demand from TSMC, Samsung, and Intel for the most advanced nodes is exceptional. The backlog visibility is multi-year. China export restriction risk is the key overhang. Any news on high-NA throughput improvements would be a catalyst. Let us give you our near-term view on the NASDAQ 100. The near-term technical picture for NASDAQ 100 looks constructive. Watch the $30,321 level as the first meaningful resistance zone. A close above there on decent volume would be an encouraging sign for bulls. As always, this is analytical commentary, not financial advice. To summarize, 8 indices in the green, 5 in the red today. Risk-on conditions dominate the global equity landscape. Before we wrap up, here is your watch list for the sessions ahead. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. Independent market coverage, no subscription fees, no paywalls. If this analysis saved you time and helped you think more clearly about the market, please like the video. It costs you nothing and it directly funds more content like this. Subscribe for daily coverage across indices, stocks, commodities, forex, and crypto. Tell us in the comments, what are you watching most closely right now? That wraps up today's coverage from MTRS_Market Pulse. This content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Stay disciplined, and we will see you tomorrow. That is your global indices roundup from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe for daily updates across every major market.